Welcome back to Tucker Rhetoric. I just wanted to make a quick response. I was looking at some of the comments. I know you shouldn't look at the comments, um, but a lot of these people, y'all really are unintelligent. Like, you don't have a real argument, okay? When we're looking at the situation with Iran, this is why I believe what the U.S. is doing in Iran is correct, because you have a horrible dictatorship in place. There is Muslim extremists who killed 30,000 people in the street because they were protesting because the people don't support or want this regime in power. All right? All of you supporters of democracy. Then you guys are so much like, we stand with Palestine and the people, and illegal immigrants can come, and we love everybody, but you don't care about the people in Iran. You care about gas prices. You mad because your gas costs more. So we should leave these Muslim extremists in power, killing people in the streets, raping women to keep people from protesting, marrying 10-year-old girls off to 50-year-old men. All of that is okay. None of that matters. You should leave these crazy dogs in place so that they can build up more weapons capabilities. They'll have more drones. They'll have more rockets that can fire longer range at minimum. Okay, and they were trying to enrich uranium because they wanted to try to get a nuclear weapon. Now, then you want to go back to the look at Iran, Iraq, and blah 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 blah. Completely different situation. All right. Also, Iran hasn't showed you by attacking 9 other countries around them that weren't even involved in the war that this is not a regime that you should have in place. Y'all just keep going past that because the only thing you have is you hate Donald Trump and he's a king and all of this nonsense. You don't have real arguments. And yeah, you can disagree. You can not like foreign policy, but you have to understand that this is not a good regime that should be in place. There are others around the world that shouldn't be as well. But this is a very big one who also happens to have control over 20% of the oil supply in the world or energy that goes through this area. So the oil that goes through that area isn't just from Iran. So these are not people that you want to be sitting in that position. And for them to be gone benefits you, you dummies. Y'all are always chickens for KFC. All these Americans who hate America, like, what are you talking about? When I was living there, I didn't like what the Bush administration was doing. This was back in 2006. I left. I moved. I've been living in Europe for 16 years. Leave. Y'all walk around America crying and complaining about all of the things that the government has given you and benefits you to live there, but you constantly crying and complaining about it. You lie and just make up all this nonsense. ISIS executing people in the streets. Well, Iran is actually executing people in the streets. But y'all okay with that. And the ICE wasn't executing anybody. These were stupid people who attacked law enforcement so they got themselves shot. That's what happens in any other normal place around the world. Like, what are you thinking about? Then you support Hamas. Guess what? Hamas is executing people in the streets. So it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. There is no logic being used here. You are just uneducated, emotional, and you're not thinking. There's no objectivity. Okay? I understand you don't like Trump. That's fine. You don't have to like him. You don't have to agree with all of his policies. But maybe think about what would be things that would benefit you. What about the people of Iran? You don't care about them? No sympathy for those people at all. Y'all not even talking about the 30,000 people killed in the streets. Y'all not even talking about them raping women so that people won't go out into the streets and protest. Sorry, I said testify. So if you go out and protest, they'll come to your house and take women from your family and rape the women to keep you from going out and protesting. But y'all, that don't matter because the gas prices is high. Y'all are stupid. And also understand that there are multiple things that affect the prices of gasoline. You can't, or the price of oil. You always oversimplify everything. It's just the good guy, bad guy, and that's it. He did this, so that caused that, and that's the end of it. There's no nuance to your argument. There's no like thought process behind it. All right. You have the OPEC who deals with the prices of gas. You have just gas stations who can see this. They can take advantage of the situation and raise the price. Seasonal demands. It's a lot of different factors that determine the price of oil. Okay, even when there are changes in the currency, because our currency, globally goes up and down at different times. That can affect the price as well. Now, I'm not saying that the war doesn't affect it. However, it's not the only factor. So you guys are really offering these like simplistic, nonsensical arguments, which are only based off of one thing. You don't like Donald Trump. And then when I say your argument doesn't make any sense, everybody gets mad at me and say I'm supporting Trump. It's like I don't support Trump. I support common sense. I support right and wrong. I support that, yeah, the regime that's in Iran should not be there. I support that Maduro should not be there. I support that the regime in Cuba should not be there. But because the Trump administration has spoken about Cuba, now y'all want to all go say y'all support Cuba. So you support a communist dictatorship that is torturing and killing their people, having them live in straight out poverty with no opportunity to do anything. But that's okay, because as long as it's against Trump. It is absolutely ridiculous. And then some of the stuff, I mean, like, I was with y'all in the beginning. Back when Trump's first term, I used to be like Democratic, liberal, whatever you want to call it, thinking that, yeah, we should do right and help people. So when he first got in, he was abusive to women and he was racist. That was the main two things. Then they showed you it was good people on both sides. It's not what he said. He said it was good people on both sides. I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and white supremacists. But they cut the tape right there. But because you only watch one news network or certain news networks, you never heard that. So I believed he said that for years. And then when I saw the real thing, I was like, are you serious? Because if you don't like Trump, you're not going to sit and watch him speak. You're going to watch your little news networks give you sections of it and cut it down to fit what they want it to fit. It is absolutely ridiculous. Then the next thing was, then y'all start comparing him to Hitler. Then it was he was a child molester. It's just like, what else can we do? Then it was the felonies, and now it's just, he's the devil. That's it. I had one friend who told me Trump got a 14-year-old girl pregnant and then took the baby out to Lake Michigan and threw the baby in the lake. I'm like, well, why he ain't just eat the baby? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like this is just pure craziness, y'all. Like, seriously. Again, if you don't agree with the war, okay, that's your point of view. But have a real reason in an argument. What's your real, actual reason for not supporting this? Is it, I got two. One, because you hate Trump. And two, because gas prices. Ride a bike. All right? Carpool with some people. Figure it out.